All right, here we go. This is going to be the redo version of Dan Allen, not Keith Williams. He's just up here because he's before Dan Allen in the footage here. But yeah, redoing Dan Allen. You know, of course, got taken down. I wanted to redo the ones that got taken down slowly but surely. I guess we'll do that. But yeah, Dan Allen's he's too much of a sensational predator to not have featured on the channel, so we got to do it. We got to redo it. And yeah, we got the Raw segment, doing it raw today with Dan Allen. Oh god, that's a horrible sentence in a different context, right? I think it's a horrible sentence in every context, but that's okay. Yeah, so Dan Allen, yeah. And, you know, I don't remember what I said in the original, and I do want to get those re-uploaded elsewhere. It's on my list of shit that I gotta do. It'll happen when it happens, I guess. But yeah, I don't remember anything that I said, really, in that first video. You know, those fucking years are all just a blur to me at this point. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll repeat myself, maybe not. I don't fucking know. Well, I don't know how this is gonna go. So, we're just gonna get into it. Dan Allen, Raw, let's go. Oh, we have to be in jail before I can get out. Yeah, we made fun of this motherfucker the last time, did we not? Keith Williams, man, what a fucking goof this guy is. Oh man, I'm in trouble. I'm just bored.
Knew what he had done was wrong. He was going to work his way through it as quickly as possible.
Such an idiot.
Well, I'll shove that camera down his throat.
I don't think you're going to want to do that.
And a spoiler alert, like, geez, they put out the best part of his segment there, right at the intro there. We'll get to that in time, but yeah, you know, it's great. Dan Allen threatens people, but with a smile on his face. You know, it's all good. It's all good, man. As long as you have a smile on your face. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. There he is, fucking waddling his way in. Oh god, with that luscious gray mullet, man. I mean, that is a look, man. Oh man, and the baseball shirt, of course. It's great. Yeah, Dan Allen just waddling his way in.
He walks in.
No, he doesn't walk in, Chris Hansen. He waddles in. Come on, get it right.
And he makes himself right at home. I mean, he basically acts.
Barely can get into the door. I mean, jeez, man. I mean, that's how you know that you're fucking obese, right? You can barely get into the door.
And he makes himself right at home.
I mean, granted, he probably doesn't open it all the way, but like, basically, geez, gotta scoot in real quick. Oh, let me turn sideways, get my big gut in here. I mean, jeez. It's just a huge gut. Like, we all know that he's fucking fat / obese, right? I mean, we all know that. But you don't really get the best look at the gut in the uncut segment, you know? In the uncut, you can't really see this big gut as well. But here, I mean, this is a full-on glamour shot of that huge gut. I mean, oh god, that's awful.
As if he were showing up at an old friend's house.
He's got a smile on his face.
Shower, look pretty and everything.
I don't know.
We clearly have the element of surprise. I mean, these guys sometimes don't know whether to think I'm the mad dad who came in unexpectedly, the police, or an investigative reporter.
It's like, what's behind the 3 doors here? You know, like we're playing Let's Make a Deal or something. I don't even know. Is that even the right reference there? I don't fucking know. But what's behind door number 1? Is it the mad dad? What's behind door number 2? Is it the police? And behind door number 3, the investigative reporter. Oh man, all of them are bad options there. Which one would you prefer if you're in this situation? You have the 3 options. Okay, you got the mad dad, you got the police, and you have Chris Hansen. What option is the best option there? I don't know. The mad dad is probably gonna beat you up, kill you, and call the police. So I don't know. It won't work either way. The police are just gonna arrest you, take you to jail, and execute you. Chris Hansen is going to grill you and make you look like an imbecile and put you on national television. It's like you're just picking between three awful choices there, man. It's like, which one would you actually pick, and which one is the better one? You know, I don't know. maybe you can beat up the dad and make a break for it. I guess I would take my chances if I was a predator. I would take my chances with the dad as opposed to, you know, the police and Chris Hansen. But it's, you know, I mean, it's a lose-lose situation no matter what you do.
And so their mind is whirling away trying to figure out how they're going to deal with this situation. And
it's great, you know, it's part of the reason why I love TCAP so much. You're throwing these guys into, you know, just horrible, horrible situations. Horrible for them. Funny as hell for us, right? Entertaining as hell for us, right? But, you know, you're throwing them into this situation, and it's like, what are they going to spit out? You know, what are they going to do? It's like a fight or flight, you know, situation, you know, like an animal in a cage trying to, you know, what are they going to do in the situation? It's a great psychological, you know, observation. You know, what are you going to see? And it's great. It's great to see the hamster wheel start to spin in their head. You know, the light bulbs going off in their head, right? You know, just trying to piece together coherent sentences because they're so fucking shook. It's great. It's absolutely great. It's absolutely great. I could watch this shit. I could watch this shit all day.
sometimes they just decide they're going to, you know, act like they did nothing wrong.
Would you come on over here and have a seat, please?
Oh, jeez.
How are you?
All right.
Good, sit down. What's going on?
I just meeting a friend.
And Dan Allen trying to be normal, the legendary screen name, with an error in the spelling here as well. They're not supposed to be dashes, they're supposed to be underscores. At least, as far as, that's what I remember it anyway. I have his chat log up here on my other screen. Yeah, they're underscores. Fail editing by NBC there. I mean, you know, there's a few other instances, of course. You know, they misspelled John Kennelly in the Raw segment as well. There's a few others as well that I can't think of off the top of my head, where they just, you know, they get the spelling, they get the spelling wrong. You know, the not the spelling in this case, but the format, I guess, wrong. Dan Allen, fucking guy, what a fucking guy. Oh,
And it on the internet.
Really? Allen did not miss a beat. It was almost as if when I walked in, I was somebody he had met before. No admission at all that this was a bad situation, that what he was doing here constituted a felony. You know, he was here to have a date with a 13-year-old. And yet,
and he thinks he can just talk his way out of it, too. Dan Allen thinks he's the smartest guy in the room and can just talk his way out of this. Ooh, I don't think that's going to work out too well for you, Dan.
Now,
but we're going to enjoy you making a bumbling idiot of yourself. We are going to
he's
enjoy
going to be
it.
my best friend.
And who's your friend who you met on the internet?
Sam.
Sam.
Yes.
And Sam is who?
Person I met off the internet.
It goes by person. Doesn't say, you know, girl, kid, you know, woman. Doesn't say that. It just goes person. Leave it as ambiguous as possible.
Man, woman?
Oh, it's a girl.
It's a girl.
And then it says girl. So that's interesting. He says girl. Would you say woman? Girl versus woman? I don't know. And, of course, though, he doesn't know how old. He's just curious, as we'll see.
I don't know how old. That's why I'm here. I'm just
curious. I love that. Fucking hand gestures and all. Man, he's like me when I do these videos, man. Like, I got my hands are just flailing around. My arms are flailing around all over the place. This guy's pulling a me here, you know, just
Man.
extra emphasis, you know.
Woman.
Oh,
I don't know how old. I'm just
girl.
I don't know how
curious.
old. That's why I'm here. I'm just curious.
I'm just curious. Nice nips, by the way. Oh god, nice nipples, Dan. Hang on, go back.
Is
Shit.
who?
I will watch it again.
Person I met off the internet.
Went too far back.
You
though.
can say that.
Come on.
I don't know how old.
Yeah, there they are. There's the nips. There are those nips poking through, man. You know, I don't know. I don't know how cold it must have been. It must have been pretty cold in Riverside at this day, at this hour. You know, I don't know. But it's just because you see him and you see JPW. They showed up kind of back to back, right? I believe anyway, right? They were, at least they were close enough to each other in the order. And you know, they both JPW's got the nips poking out as well, and this guy's got the nips poking out, man. It's just a nipple fest here. But like, geez, yeah, it must have been chilly. Must have been pretty chilly. Gotta bring your jacket next time, Dan. Come on. But it's also funny too. You know, it's you know, this is a stressful situation. Bum 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 bum. You know, you should be sweating, nervous, all that shit, man. And that should, in theory, get you to your nips to not poke out as much, you know? You think that the heat of the moment here would cause those to flatten out a little bit, but no. Not for Dan Allen. Not for Dan Allen. His and he needs a bra, too, yeah. He needs a fucking bra. Oh, God. You know, it reminds me of just random ass fucking story here, but apparently there's this really fat kid, you know, growing up with, you know, and somebody went over to his house once, and they claimed to have seen a bra, like in his sock drawer or whatever, you know, with his, you know, his underwears, you know, a bra. I don't think that's. I highly doubt that that's true, but I always remember that story and I laughed at it. I thought it was quite funny. But yeah, there's no way that the kid was actually wearing a bra. Dan Allen, on the other hand, he needs a bra. Let's keep going.
That's why I'm here. I'm just curious.
They can say they're curious, and I'm sure they are curious. But when you go back and read the chat log, it's not hard to see that they were more than curious. They were there to actually have a sexual liaison.
It was curious.
I love this. You know, in the Raws, you get Hanson at his peak journalistic voice. I guess that's his journalistic voice. Like, I mean, I've asked the question before. Why does he talk like that? You know, I think it's just him being a journalist. I think, you know, it's just him trying to get the point across as well as he can, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking weird though, but it's part of the Hanson charm. It's part of the reason why, you know, he's remembered, I guess.
Absolutely curiosity that got me.
And what's your name?
And it's possible too. Did Dan Allen really think? Like, I think he was. It's a theory that's been thrown around over the years that Dan Allen really didn't think that this was a 13-year-old, or he was going to meet. He actually was expecting it to be somebody else, and he was going to throw down with them. You know, I don't know, because I don't know. I think obviously he's full of shit. You wouldn't do what he did in his chat log, expecting this to just be a setup, right? I mean, fucking hell. We haven't talked about it, but this guy sent, pictures or live streamed, whatever, himself pissing in a cup or whatever it was. Like, you wouldn't just do that to set yourself up like that, you know? You wouldn't just do that expecting this to be a guy that you were going to meet up with later and throw down with, you know? You wouldn't do that, man. So, no, I don't buy that bullshit. He wouldn't have done what he did in the chat log if he was looking for a fight, you know. I don't think so. This guy, definitely, there's no hesitation in his, chat log here. You know, he goes on and says it like the first line here. Let's just fucking pull it up. Let's see, right here. It's like literally the first line of the chat log, or one of the first lines that he says. The third line out of his keyboard. It's because it's like I'm some old pervert, but girls your age are much more fun. You know, it's like, you obviously, he obviously knew that this was a girl. I mean, like, he's going to lie and say that, oh, you know, I can't trust that they're 13, you know, but there's nothing here, essentially, that's indicating that he's fucking doesn't think that she's 13, you know. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. I haven't actually read his chat log. I'm sure it's full of zingers and stuff like that. But I don't know. Come sit on Santa's lap, yeah. Fucking idiot. You want to see the best part of me? Oh, let me guess. It's my dick. Pedro for president. What are you talking about? Napoleon Dynamite? Yeah, there he is. You ever see Napoleon? Great spelling, you fucking moron. Pedro for president. Vote for Pedro. Man, that's just definitely dating this chat log very much. But that is a good film. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember I enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, we can go through this whole thing. It's pretty long. Dan, a lot of time on his hands to chat. It's got a 4.39 on the slimy scale. But yeah, Dan. Oh wait, what is this about jerking off? She wants to see me jerk off. No one wants to see you jerk off, Dan. And he's like, I've seen, like, it's so sad. Oh, Dan Allen, so sad to be arrested. Poor me. The pictures are out there. You can find them if you want to. I've seen this guy's dick, is what I'm trying to say, and it's a gross. It's a fucking gross site, man. It's pretty bad. I can't say that I recommend it, but inquiring minds might want to know. You can find them. Just Google them, and Google it, and you can find them. I'm sure, just with a couple of clicks. But yeah, this guy. My point is that he wouldn't have done what he did if he didn't think that it was a 13-year-old girl he was talking to. Essentially, let's keep going.
Dan, and what's your last name, Dan?
Allen.
Allen. We knew that there was a conviction in his past. It had to do with a domestic incident, stalking. You know, he had gotten in trouble for that. So, here he is, some years later, apparently willing to commit another crime. How old are you, Dan?
47.
47.
I think he said he was 37 in the chat log, right? Oh God.
And you say, just wait 1 second, and you say,
I love that, Dan Allen. Trying to get his way, they tried to get the conversation, trying to explain himself. And Hanson's not having it, man. You gotta let Hanson talk.
47.
But,
and you say, just wait 1 second, and you say,
wants to explain himself, wants to get right into it and explain himself, go into his bullshit, right? And Hanson's not having anything. And Dan is going to get frustrated, right? We all know he's got that violent side, right, to him, where he's going to threaten to shove a camera down some poor bloke's throat, right? We all know that he's got it in him. He's got to stay friendly, though. He doesn't want to, he's got a boiling rage inside him right now. But, he's got to play it cool. And the only thing you can do, Dan, is just laugh it off. You just gotta laugh it off. You'll get your time to talk, I promise. But for now, we gotta. It's still setup. It's still time for setup, Dan. So just take a chill pill and hush for a second, But yeah, Dan really wants to get his story straight here. He wants to lay it all out on the table, and Hanson's like, "Nope, you gotta wait, sir. Gotta wait, sir." All right. So yeah, just hold your horses, Dan.
wow, 13, am I too old? Nah, am I too young? I hate to say this, but you're not. Why do you hate to say that? Because it's like I'm some old pervert, but girls your age are so much more fun.
I have conversations like this with people that turn out to be guys more than half the time.
I love that. Admits to just getting fucking played on the internet. This guy, man, I don't know what his fucking problem is. He's just hoping, he just keeps messaging every single female that he comes across, hoping that, fingers crossed, A, that she doesn't think I'm a fucking weirdo pervert, and 2, that it's actually a woman and not a guy, who turns out to be a guy. He's just he keeps doing it, even though it keeps happening to him. Just trying, just boom, if I do it 1,000 times, if I message 1,000 people, one of them has to be legitimate, right? I'm casting a wide net, and he knows something about wide. Casting a wide net, and and just hoping for something, just hoping for a bite, just hoping for something to be true for once. And he's like, this guy is just the invention of the internet was such a good thing for him, right? Really, just he's got he's got just an excuse to sit in his house all day. I think he's living with his parents, right? And he's living in their garage or something like that, and he's just selling, quote unquote, selling antiques and being a programmer basically for himself. as we see in the uncut, we don't see it here, but yeah, he claims to sell antiques, but that's bullshit. He's just on AOL or whatever this fucking crap is, all day, just, probably with a bucket full of chicken next to him. I think I said that in the Keith Williams video, but that's okay. He's got the, hamburgers and all that crap, and he's, masturbating constantly, and, and chatting. That's it. And fucking real bottom of the barrel type of bloke this guy is. But I must say, Dan, you got one redeeming quality in you. That's actually pretty decent posture. Very surprised. Would not expect good to see good posture of somebody like this, But yeah, sitting up straight, we could all learn something from Dan Allen. Sit up a little bit straight, and just go from there. But yeah, Dan is just willing to get fooled. Like, he's just a fool, essentially.
Or they turn out to be very nice women, and that's basically how it goes out there. You know what I mean?
But if somebody tells you they're a 13-year-old girl, don't you see something inappropriate about that?
Maybe so, but I had my big doubts that she was 13.
But if
and maybe in the back of his head he had a doubt, but he didn't bring it up at all, at least that I know of. He didn't bring it up in the chat, hey, is this going to be a setup or something? I don't know, but he just he obviously didn't think enough about it to, say it might deter him in any way. No.
somebody says they're 13, maybe you should just stay away.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely
right.
I mean, why take the chance?
like I say, a couple past experiences.
And then we get to see just the great moment right here from Dan. He lets something slip. Oh, he gets outsmarted, or he talks himself into a hole right here. It's pretty funny. He tries to outsmart everybody right here, and he lets something slip.
So that they're never 13.
They're never 13. Hang on, go back and get the full context here.
Yeah, you're absolutely
right.
I mean, why take the chance?
Like I say, a couple past experiences show that they're never 13.
So you visited people online. You visited people who you met online who said they were 13 before?
Well, yeah, 13 or 15.
So it's not the first time you've done that?
Well...
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Dan, you talked yourself into a circle right there. Oh. Yeah, he's like, well, 13, 14, 15, it's happened before. And he's just trying to say, oh, no, that didn't actually happen. You can see the light bulb go off in his head. Whoa.
Yeah, 13 or 15.
So it's not the first time you've done that?
Oh.
Well...
No, wait a minute. Oh, I love that from Dan. Oh, wait a minute. And he tries to chuckle it off. Like a fucking moron. And obviously, we all know that's bull. We all know that he's full of shit. He's definitely tried to be 13 plus, 13 to 15-year-olds before, and then he changes it a little bit to say 16.
Wait a minute. I've never met a 13-year-old girl from off.
Never met a 13-year-old girl. That's what he says. That's chose his words, carefully there. He's basically admitting, hey, yeah, I've talked to girls who said that they were 13 before I showed up and they weren't 13. But you're still on the prowl, Dan, for 13-year-olds. You understand? Oh God, my heart just kind of sank for a little bit there. I thought my recording had stopped, but no, it's just a really long second, perhaps, and it just didn't. The timer just didn't go for whatever. It just seemed like a really long second, and it just paused there. And like, oh shit. No, it seems like we're okay. But yeah, oh God, that would have been pretty bad indeed, But yeah, Dan just trying to talk himself down. He's got to try and talk himself out of this hole that he's dug himself into this pickle that he's talked himself into.
But what I'm saying is, did you ever go meet somebody who said they were 13 online?
No, not 13. 16 in my area, and it was a a guy that was, I don't know, mid-20s, you know, who had a big laugh on me.
I'd love to know. I'd love to know what happened when with that experience, if it's actually true. You know, when Dan Allen showed up to the house that he thought was a 16-year-old, but actually thought it was a 13-year-old's house. You know, and it turned out to be a guy in his mid-20s. And it's funny because, you know, I'm mid-20s now. So, you know, it's interesting. As weird as it is to say that, you know, maybe, is it time? Is it about the time in my, you know, life where I, you know, do this? You know, I try to be a 15-year-old girl online and, you know, try to get guys to show up to my house. Is this what it is now? Is this the time in my life? But no, I like to imagine Dan Allen showing up there, you know, with like a box of chocolates and you know, flowers, and, you know, getting ready for a special night with a 13-year-old, getting up there, knocking on the door, and you know, and then the guy opening the door and him just completely shitting a fucking brick. You know, shitting a fucking brick. Oh my God, is this the father? And he's just gonna try and haul ass out of there. You know, I'd love to see that. And then the guy like pointing and laughing, ha ha ha! I got you, trying to be normal. I got you. Maybe next time, fucking idiot. And then just having a good laugh for the rest of the night. You know, or like the guy, the mid-20s guy, like, you know, had his boys come over, like, hey guys, I fucking got this guy. He's coming over right now. Let's have a fucking laugh at him. And they throw like water balloons or apples or eggs, whatever projectile of your preference they throw at him. As this guy, you know, this fucking fat ass, this fucking oaf shows up at their door. They just pummel him with rocks. Maybe they should have pummeled him with rocks instead, and maybe he would have fucking hit him in the head, decapitated him, or something like that, you know? I don't fucking know. But yeah, you know, just a unanswered question in this TCAP show. What actually happened, you know, during that? And of course, we'll never know the answer because Dan Allen is dead. He died. He is dead right now. As I remember saying that in the original. He is dead right now. And someone made a comment. He's dead right now, but will he not be later? Like, or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's one thing that I remember saying in that original. But yeah, you know, it's funny just to know what that scene would have been. You know, the guy should have filmed it, should have put it online. You know, would have been a great video, man. Would have been one of the best videos of all time. But instead, we have to take Dan Allen's, you know, word for it with his fucking stupid face. Look at him.
That's why I was just very curious.
There were a few moments when I was talking to Dan Allen where I thought, you know, based upon the look in his eyes, that this could go a couple different ways. One of them, not so good.
He's got the look in his eyes, eh?
Boy, I wish I could just run home with my tail between my legs, and I feel like apologizing, but I mean, like, it's cyber. Who do I apologize to?
It's all cyberspace, as he says.
And
I love that line. Like, see, Dan, like, it's like, yeah, it's not even a real person, so who are you going to apologize to? It's not the guy. Go to Jim Rutherford route and say, you know, oh, tell that kid I'm sorry too, you know. Or just, you know, apologize to Chris Hansen, you know, no one, you know, for doing this, you know. Apologize to Chris Hansen at least, you know. Because you don't know what's going on right now. You don't know. You might think he's a police officer or something. But no, you know, you don't even know that the girl isn't real at this point, right? Or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your stupid pea-brain mind. But, you know, it could be that, you know, you could apologize to Chris Hansen and say, I'm sorry, you know, for doing this, man. You know, it doesn't look good on me. I apologize, man. But no, he just says, it's cyberspace. I don't know who to apologize to. It's all cyberspace. It's not real. And it's like he doesn't realize that Jeff Stacy, you know, the internet and real life are two different things, you know. No, it's not exactly true, Dan, because, you know, you committed fucking felonies on the internet. That's going to affect your real life. So, fuck off, man.
I don't know.
I feel sick.
sick.
Well, I am not the police,
Ew. Well,
but I am Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators. He knows
oh, wait, cut it off, man. Don't cut it off.
he's in a bad situation once the camera guys come out. And so he's not going to try to be my pal anymore. He's mad.
He's mad. Ooh.
Well, you better. I'll shove that camera down his
I
throat.
don't think you're going to want to do that.
Why is that?
I don't think you'll want to do it. Now, we can't keep you here. If you want to say anything else to us, we'd love to.
Oh, Dan does not have a good reaction to his glamour shot here. You know, he doesn't want the exposure. He doesn't want any of that, man. And it's great. You know, he's committing a felony here, and he just comes out and says, "Oh yeah, I'll threaten the cameraman too while I'm at it." You know, it's fine. What else? Go for broke at this point, right, Dan? I get you. I got you. But man, yeah, not great, Dan, not great. You know, you gotta smile for the camera, bud. Embrace the camera. But no,
Well, you better. I'll shove that camera down his
I
throat.
don't think you're going to want to do that.
Why is that?
Why is that? You know, it was like, oh, why is that? You know, asking Chris Hansen. Why wouldn't I? Come on, live a little.
I don't think you'll want to do it. Now, we can't keep you here. If you want to say anything else to us, we'd love to hear it. You're free to leave, obviously, if you want to go. Had he decided to pursue the more aggressive route, and had he gotten physical, I mean, you know, we had security there.
Yeah.
And
Ron Knight would spring into action and fucking put him down, man. That would have been great, man. Ron Knight needs some action, man. You know, he's kind of, you know, he gets some action sometimes. You know, when Rabbi David Kay, you know, puts his, you know, gets startled and tries to, you know, do kind of the same thing that Dan Allen wanted to do here. You know, he gets into the way of that, but, you know, Ron Knight's always just kind of in the background sometimes, and that's unfortunate because Ron Knight is a stand-up guy. And, you know, I want to see him pop some fucking fools, you know? Other than that, he's just directing traffic, saying, no, you have to go this way. You know, escorting predators out the door when there's a traffic jam and they have to move guys out quickly. You know, it's not right. Ron Knight deserved fucking better than that, man. You know, he should be doing more than just, you know, escorting predators out the door, man. You know, we gotta give Ron Knight his due. Ron Knight wants action just as much as we do.
security people would have stepped in to prevent that from happening.
Okay, but can I talk to you outside?
You can say whatever you
What do
want
you
to
think
say.
Dan Allen would have done outside, man? You know, it's an interesting theory. You know, he just wants to talk without the cameras on, but, you know, and also, one thing I meant to say, Dan Allen, if he's going to attack you, what the fuck is he going to do? He's going to eat you? What the fuck is he going to do? You know? No. All you have to do is just run around for a little bit, tire him out, he'll give up and go, you know, go get a Butterfinger or something, you know, and that's it. He'll go back home, he'll pout, fee, fi, fo, fum, he'll go back out to his car, raw rats, fee, fi, fo, fum, you know. He's not going to do anything, man. You know, he's not going to do shit. Dan Allen's all talk. And, yeah, you know, he's not going to do shit. But yeah, what would he have done if he got Chris Hansen outside? I like to picture, again, I know I just said that he's all talk, but, you know, I mean, this kind of contradicts myself a little bit, but I imagine him, you know, trying to get his hand around Chris Hansen's neck, and saying, and like wagging his finger, like, don't you dare think about putting this on the television, you know, and just trying to be threatening, you know. It's like, I'll come back here with a baseball bat, I'll clean your fucking knees out, man, I'll take your knees out. That's how I like to picture this going down, but obviously Hansen's not going to go out there, and they can't turn the cameras off. I want to talk to you outside. You know, because it's the weird wording too. You know, it's not saying can you turn the cameras off. I want to talk to you outside. You know, I want to threaten you outside. So I think nothing good would have happened if Dan and Hansen went out that door right there, and you know, and tried to hammer it out. You know, but again, like I said, dude, Hansen's in good shape here. He's the complete opposite of you, Dan Allen. You know, he's got youth on his side as well, relative youth on his side. You know, he's pretty tall as well, and you know, I'm sure he can book it if he needs to, and just run away, and you'll be just standing there, like I said, you know, huffing and puffing, and you know, just going "Ugh," like that. You know, that's what you'll do. You'll go. Ugh. Let's just keep going.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Well, I mean, I obviously want to say something off camera.
Well, I can't have the cameras turned off at this point.
Well, then I'd like to say
What is
that
this? What is in here? Got some food there? Chips?
pretty much I think you have it all wrong.
Ooh. And he tells Chris Hansen tells Chris Hansen exactly what he thinks about his story. Doesn't go the dark hero route and say, you know, I think your story's a piece of shit, but just essentially says, I think you've got it all wrong.
But the point's well taken.
But, you know, he's got it's like he's got, you know, issues, but, you know, at the same time he's just still trying to make nice and you know, do all of that crap, right? And you know, you got it all wrong. But your point's well taken. And I'm not going to do this again, I swear.
If you want to follow up, my email's on here, my phone number's on there. You can call me, talk to me if you want to follow up.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Pretty weird.
Now he wants to make nice with the camera guys. After he just threatened to shove a camera down someone's esophagus. Now he wants to make nice with them. Hi guys. Weird situation I've gotten in here, huh? Pretty weird. Weird situation I've got myself in here. This is crazy, man. But you guys do this all the time, so you guys know what's up. Pretty weird. Cut. And that's great. They actually did cut it. Look at that. That's great. They actually fucking cut it right there, man. That is great. That's great timing right there by the NBC editors there. But yeah, pretty weird. Pretty much sums up Dan Allen in 2 words here. Pretty weird. Cut.
I know that what he wants to do
I wonder if that's
to
intentional.
get me
I don't
outside
know.
off camera and try to convince me that he shouldn't be a part of our investigation. And that's just not an option. And so it sounds weird, but I'm trying to be, you know, polite and decent with the guy, but yet at the same time suggest that, okay.
That's Riverside Hansen talking here. He's still trying to be professional, you know. He's not just taking enjoyment out of fucking with these guys, man. It's not like Fort Myers. It's not like, you know, the later stings like Bowling Green, where he just is really just into it, man, and, you know, really just wants to put these guys down. No, he's still trying to be somewhat professional here, and so yeah, he's still got to maintain some sort of professional,ism. But as we know, that'll all change. That'll all change in just a handful of stings.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. It's like they've got to force these guys out. Like, you know, like you would never expect when you're dealing with this shit that you got to force these predators out when the cameras come out, right? The cameras coming out is your cue to fucking leave, right? But no, these guys, some of these guys just fucking sit there like, hey, wow, this is pretty interesting. Is this live television? Wow, I've never been on TV before. This is pretty cool. Like, no. Get the fuck out. And they have to force these guys out sometimes, especially here in Riverside. I mean, Jesus Christ, 51 fucking people showed up. They gotta get going. Fucking tight schedules, man. Tight fucking schedules. And Dan Allen just wants to sit around, look around, like, this is pretty weird. Cut.
So they're going to stay on. I mean, you're free to leave at any time. I mean, I'm not going to try and keep you here. You know, if you have anything else you'd like to say, fine.
No, you're just doing a story, and, you know, I've got caught up in it, is what you're saying.
It's probably a pretty good story.
It's probably a very good story.
A very good story.
Anything else you'd like to say?
And he just ponders that question, you know, just wants to waste more fucking time here.
Nope.
Free to go.
And he just keeps sitting there. Like, what the fuck, man? This ain't a fucking lounge, Dan. Get the hell up. I know it takes a lot of energy. It takes you have to exert a lot of energy to get your fucking, you know, to lift your giant ass up. You know, it takes a lot of energy. I understand that, Dan. But jeez, get fucking going. Put some pep in your step, man. Come on. You know, gots all day.
Why don't you come on out the front if you'd like? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I think sometimes these guys are trying to figure out, you know, how they're going to leave.
And there he goes. Bum, bum, bum. And then again, just a beautiful escort job by Ron Knight. Like, geez, man, he's got nothing better to do.
Oh, they're gonna leave.
Except for escort predators out of the
if
fucking
they-
door. Christmas tree still up at this point.
If they go out a different
early January, and the Christmas tree's still
door,
up.
they're better off doing that.
There he goes.
Most of these
Oh.
guys are not.
Oh, so sad,
hardened
Dan Allen.
criminals who
Oh, man, I
gonna
got
try and run
arrested.
from
Poor
police.
me.
Once they see that they're going to be arrested, that a number of deputies or officers are there, they pretty much cooperate.
That's it. Who's next?
old are you?
Oh, Stephen G.C. Are you fucking kidding me? How old are you? I'm stupid.
How old are you?
Utterly,
Totally,
completely stupid.
utterly,
How old?
completely stupid.
56.
Fuck this guy, man. Oh,
I'm
man,
stupid
this
and I've never done
Riverside
such a
man is
thing.
making
God,
my
please,
blood
please.
boil. Please, just please, let me go. Please, just let me go. Oh man, Riverside. So many great predators, but so many assholes at the same time. And this guy's one of them. This guy's a major asshole, man. I fucking hate this guy. Oh my god. I don't need to get into another rant, but man, Stephen Coates, Stephen G.C. I mean, they start me off with in this one. They start me off with this idiot, Keith Williams, and then they go with this other idiot and Dan Allen. But it's a bit more of a humorous segment, so lightens the mood a little bit. And then they just throw just a guy that you fucking hate at you in Stephen Coates, man. I mean, that is great. I never said anything about vaginal sex. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, please. At least he gets it good from this officer, man. But, yeah, Stephen, if there was one predator... Okay, well, if there were a couple of predators, like, that I would, like, I know I made that video at one point, my most hated predators, right? If there was a predator that I wanted to get the book thrown at them, it would be this guy and Jay Refner, the two of them. If just give them the worst sentence possible, it would be this guy and Jay Refner. I fucking hate both of them with a passion. Okay, like they're not the worst predators in terms of what they did, right? But they are the worst predators in my opinion in terms of their personalities here and their holier than thou attitudes, I guess. But yeah, just I just didn't need to turn into a Stephen Coates segment. Like if they would have came back with Roberto Lyons right after that. Thomas Lyons. What the fuck is his name? Oh God, Lyons. All right, whatever. I can't think of his name right now. I know it's Lyons. Is it? I don't know why I said Roberto. It's not Roberto. Roberto Forte is who I'm thinking of. But no, I don't know. The other old guy. But yeah, if they would have came back with the Lions after Dan Allen, I'd be in a great mood. I'd be like, oh, your feet. I'd be like making a joke about that. But no, you gotta give me Stephen Coates right after. Like, fuck, man. And then, Scott Smith, fucking Uncommon Sense. Yeah, real great fucking episode, man. JPW, the legend. Oh, the legend. Look at them. Look at him with his headphones on, the pen in his shirt for whatever reason. Weird facial expression. That's JPW in a nutshell right there. Ugh. But yeah, great fucking episode, of course. The only reason I'm scrolling past further is because they're going to say names at the end. Keith Williams, Dan Allen, Stephen Coates, Robert Lyons. Robert Lyons. Roberto, Robert, I don't fucking know. But yeah, who's Tom? Who's the Tyler Lyons? I think was a baseball player. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. My brain is fried at this point. I don't know. But yeah, that's Dan Allen, I guess. The redo. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I hope I did this one justice at least. There was, like, when I watched this earlier, there was something I meant to say, but I don't remember it coming up. So I don't know. But yeah, there was something like, I watched this morning just to kind of get familiar with it. And there's something I meant to say, and I don't remember what it was now. So that kind of fucking sucks. But yeah, yeah, that's it. That's Dan Allen. Hope I did this one justice. And I hope you guys did enjoy. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.